They were taking batting practice when the gunshots rang out, and my next guest was there when it all happened. Congressman Jack Bergman of Michigan. He joins me now. It's hard to see this video, and I'm sure, Congressman, it's even harder for you to see this in that you have to relive it. But walk us through what happened and what you saw.
Well, we were about 3/4 of the way through the practice, and I was standing next to the batting cage on the first base side. I was next in line to bat. The first shot rang out, but at first, we didn't, at least I didn't think of it as a shot, but within a second or two later, the second shot clearly identified it as gunshots. So
what did you think? Did you think that you were being targeted at the time? That you all?
Well, the bottom line is, when you hear gunshots at a baseball park in a public area, it cannot be for good. We were not at a shooting range. So the point is, everybody, I believe, especially those of us in the military, kicked into survival mode, or in my case, Marine mode, assessed where they were coming from, assumed it to be hostile fire, and began doing evasive action to get out of the line of fire. Because the one thing I didn't have with me was a weapon, so I could not engage. I had to get out of the way so I could figure out a plan going forward.
You mentioned that you didn't have a weapon, and that's something that has come up. Would you have felt safer had you had one? I mean, do you think that, you mentioned you were a Marine, so you're clearly trained in firearms. Do you think you should be able to carry one? Because, you know, look, we're living in really obviously challenging times where this kind of bad stuff happens.
Well, if I'm in a situation where I know it's totally safe and there's no potential threat, I don't need a firearm with me. But if I'm potentially in harm's way, yes, I assess the situation in advance, and I take a weapon with me. Wow.
You know, walk me through how this would work. I mean, do you think that every lawmaker there on Capitol Hill, or let me back up for a second. What if we said, okay, we're going to do a better job as a country in terms of providing you security? And the fact that, you know, there was so little security detail there also may have contributed to this, Congressman.
I think it's probably not the right question to start with, or the right premise. You start with, what's the threat? How is it evolving, and how does it affect each and every one of us, whether it be in our workplace or our family life? I was an airline pilot for Northwest. On 9/11, 2001, our lives as crew members changed in a heartbeat based on the hijacker's success. So I'm constantly assessing the threat and taking appropriate action.
And wanting to protect yourself.
And protect others.
Did you see Congressman Scalise go down? Did you see him get shot?
Well, I did not see him get shot, because at that point, when those rounds were being fired, he was out in the second base area. I was focused on literally turning towards the dugout to move that way. Everybody was going in every different direction at that point, so I didn't see him go down, no.
Congressman, are you playing tonight?
You bet.
Good for you. That's the spirit. Congressman, good to have you here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.